Center updates.
And checking in on the tropics, still watching Invest 94L, and this is still holding steady at an 80% probability of development. And this is trying to become a bit more organized as it approaches the central tropical Atlantic. And this is likely to become a depression later this week. And again, models do bring this up to tropical storm status in the long term. And that track here is likely to continue off to the northwest and then make a curve back to the north and then back to the east before it makes it into the Caribbean. So good news there. We could see this become Tammy in the coming days and no other areas of interest here at this time. Meanwhile, beautiful day out there. High pressure in place across East Texas. We have that counterclockwise flow around that high pressure. We have winds here out of the west-northwest. Pretty light today and no rain on our radar here anywhere across the southeast as we continue to see these tranquil conditions. So as we head in towards the end of the week, we'll be waiting on this next trough to swing in. Another cold front by late Thursday, early Friday. And then behind that, we'll see upper ridging here for the upcoming weekend. That's actually going to lead to a warming trend here through the weekend and into early next week. And that could be in place here for several days. So while we've enjoyed some really nice fall weather here recently, our next cold front is not going to be nearly as strong. So we're actually headed back up to above average temperatures on both those lows and those highs for the next week or so, with our average being right around 80 degrees. We're going to be returning back to the mid and upper 80s here for several days. So definitely going to be back to short sleeves weather here as we head into the weekend. For tonight, though, we do have one more chilly night, mid and upper 40s across the area. That's after some low 40s, even some upper 30s in a couple of spots out there this morning in central Louisiana. And that will be the last of our really chilly weather as we do return up to about 80 degrees here for our Wednesday, which is right around average for this time of the year. So looking at our dew points, we will see a slight increase in moisture here on Thursday. Doesn't look like a lot, though. We're not going to have really sufficient moisture return to give us any widespread chance for rain on Thursday. So we'll have a chance for some isolated rain, slight uptick in those dew points, and then back to the dry conditions here for the upcoming weekend. And that's really the main thing this next cold front will bring us, is just more dry air, which means still no chance for rain across the area. And with this front, it's not going to cool down much behind. So for Wednesday, upper 40s there early on. We're into the low to mid 70s by noon, and by 5 o'clock we're into the upper 70s. Winds out of the south tomorrow at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Blue skies again. Again, no chance for rain here on Wednesday. We will bump it up to a 20% chance for rain on Thursday. Ahead of that next incoming cold front, temperatures warming up into the low 80s on Thursday. We should see that front pass through late on Thursday or early Friday prior to daybreak, and then we'll see clearing skies for the rest of Friday. Winds will be a little breezy out of the northwest on Friday behind the front, but as you can see, we're still into the upper 80s for highs on Friday. Back to the low 50s for Saturday morning, but heading into Saturday, Sunday, and in the beginning of next week, we're back into the mid and upper 80s. Little to no chance for rain through the weekend and into early next week. So definitely calm, definitely pleasant. We certainly could use much more rain, but just still not seeing that. A pretty quiet pattern overall.
I got close to putting the heat on last night, but I changed my mind at the last minute.
It was, I mean, it definitely was pretty chilly. We had a couple of spots, Oakdale and Natchitoches into the upper 30s. So
yeah,
that's
about
cold.
time. It's coming. Thanks, Rachel. President